My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey, folks, welcome back. Another great episode today, zooming in from beautiful Austin, Texas. We've actually got a fellow Canadian, Trevor Thompson, who is a very experienced real estate investor in the big deal space, in the syndication side of things. He's got a lot of experience as a limited partner, a passive investor in many, many deals. And more importantly for our conversation today, he's got quite a bit of experience as a general partner, a GP in his projects as well. So, Trevor, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. So give us a big picture overview, a snapshot, if you will, of what your real estate investing business or businesses
Yeah.
look like today as of mid-September 2024.
Yeah. So I started out, as you mentioned, as a passive investor 6 years ago, and I've invested passively in 20 syndications. And I'll be honest, I fell in love. It was just amazing. And I just thought, wow, I want to do this on a full-time basis. So I switched over to be an active investor on the sponsorship syndication GP side. I've done 3 deals before I teamed up with Massive Capital, who, by the way, one of the founders and partners of, I made my first 2 passive investments 6 years ago, which kind of tells what a small world it is in the
Yeah,
community. And then now I'm a general partner with them on 9, so a total of 12 syndications. So it's been a pretty busy 6 years.
for sure. What did you do, if you don't mind me asking? What did you do before those 6 years, Trevor? Were
Yeah,
you
so
in
I
real
have,
estate?
first of all, I have the world's strangest background. So in high school, Ripley's, believe it or not, in Niagara Falls, Canada, 18 years with Guinness World of Records, running one in Niagara Falls, one in the Empire State Building. Then I did some consulting, wanted to open Guinness in Orlando, Florida. That deal fell through, and I took a role with iFly Indoor Skydiving, and I opened 46 of 80 locations over a 20-year period.
Wow. That is
So,
so
so
cool.
again, very bizarre background.
Yeah, that's an interesting background. That indoor skydiving always looks so cool to me, I tell
It
you.
is
The
so
the
much
the, the
fun.
big fan underneath you and you're kind of floating, that
It's
idea.
so much fun.
Yeah.
And, it was, I mean, at the end of the day, right, I fulfilled the dream. Everybody wants dream of flying. And so
Yeah.
it was just amazing. Yeah, I loved working there. The world changed with COVID and I got let go and I'd already started on the real estate side. So I just said, well, I'm going to keep doing that.
So let's rewind 6 years to when you
Yeah.
first got started as a limited partner. What piqued your curiosity? How did you get involved in real estate in the first place? Do you remember?
So, I was always interested in real
Hmm.
estate and go back almost 25, 30 years. I'm getting old. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad,
Yep.
and I made a big mistake. I put it on the shelf
Hmm.
and I kept doing what we all do, which is working our corporate job, doing whatever. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But in the back of my mind, I always knew I should do real estate investing. Then I went from, being afraid of toilets, tenants, and trash to no time, no money.
Hmm.
Because I thought you had to be a millionaire to invest in real estate
Yeah.
investing. Well, fortunately, iFly got bought out. So I got a fairly significant payday. So I said, oh, okay, now I've got the no money excuses gone. I better start educating myself. And
Yeah.
I went to 3 different real estate events, and the third one talked about syndication. And I'm not going to lie. I said, I'm 58 years old. Where have you been my whole life? This is what I've been looking for. It was absolutely amazing because I understood the concept in the business world.
Yeah.
We bought back some of our underperforming franchise locations, did the same thing I'm doing, right? We added some systems and processes. We added some capital. We added some structure, and we increased what we called EBITDA in the business
Yeah.
world. It's NOI in the real estate world, really the same
Same
thing.
thing.
And
Yep.
then you're going to sell it for a multiple, which is in real estate's the capex multiples, whatever type of business
Yeah.
you're
So
in.
you
I
kind
went,
of discovered the real estate syndications are really businesses within
That's
themselves. Like there's so
correct.
much transferable skills
They
there.
are businesses backed by real estate.
Yeah.
And I had just no idea. And literally I found out, and literally I went to this weekend conference. I signed up with a local group. I made my first two investments within 2 weeks and I never looked back. And it's just, it was amazing. And I thought, how could I not know about this? I consider myself moderately intelligent. I pay attention to things. I've had a lot of friends in real estate that have been doing things. iFly was a lot of real estate, even though I didn't do the leasing and things. I had a lot to do at the beginning of where we were located and what we could do. And I just, until I found out about this, that it was like, wow, where have you been my whole life? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. It was somewhat unsettling.
So, Trevor, it's a big difference going from being a limited partner, a passive investor, to becoming a general partner in deals.
Yes.
So, how did you make that leap? Because it's pretty big, especially not coming from a real estate background yourself. What is your role as a general partner? What do you
Yeah.
do?
So my first transition, to be honest, I actually volunteered with a deal that wasn't doing well to help out as an asset manager.
Hmm.
I lived close to the property, at least closer than the main sponsor, and I understood about running businesses. So I learned a lot, of course, about running apartments was a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it's not, right? Your tenants are your clients and all the different things that happen. And I started applying the things. And then I started to really grasp the making a community better,
Hmm.
making what you asset you own better. And I really enjoyed that. I mean, I took a really, really rundown property and made it a place where, at the end, I actually confidently said, your daughter can come and live here, right, and be safe. And I took a lot of pride in that. And then I just started doing it and it just started growing on me and at first it was just going to be investing.
Yeah.
And then I started to come, and how I started when I went to the active side, I really thought, okay, I I I need to share my message. I need to share my story. And my story is until you find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. Because again, I spent all those years trading time for money.
Yeah.
I didn't put my money to work. And that's the big difference on the active sponsor side. I help people put their money to work.
So does that, am I reading between the line? You started raising capital. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
hearing?
Well, I started raising capital, yes, because you
Okay.
can't you can't do real estate any without raising
Oh,
capital.
fair enough. So a lot of our listeners and viewers are already experienced real estate investors, Trevor. So these days, um, is that your primary role as a general partner? Is the capital
That's
raising side
correct.
or
Yeah.
the asset
Yeah.
management side?
Yeah, no, no, mine is on the capital
Oh,
raising
cool.
side.
Yeah.
Massive capital, we're large enough. I even created my own title, Vice President Investor Engagement, because
Nice.
I like engaging with people. I like telling my story, telling my journey. And of course, my message always is until that money works for you in your sleep,
Yep.
you are going to work till you die. So it
We
just
got it.
kind
Everybody's
of with
drank.
life
Everybody
cycle.
watching this has drank that Kool-Aid. So that is good. So Trevor, let's dive into the weeds a little bit to provide the listeners and the viewers with some value here. So give us an idea. How much capital on average are you raising per deal that you guys are doing?
So it's a little bit different. I have a different depending on what the deal is, because
Yeah,
sometimes we support other deals or our own. So I'm raising anywhere from about a 500,000 to 1 million on each of our deals.
very good.
There's a couple of deals where I've raised a bit more, and we raise within a group. So Massive Capital does a lot of educational webinars, a lot of events, a lot of reach out. We're really growing our database. We provide a ton of education, and so we have a lot of new folks that are new to real estate investing. And so we again talk to them about that. But we also help people get into the active side, into the general partner side. So we have a whole education program about raising capital, about having the kind of all of the pieces that it takes to attract investors. Because at the end of the day, you don't find them, you attract them.
Yeah, no,
That's
most
my
definitely.
biggest point. You don't find investors, you attract investors.
So without giving away the whole secret sauce from you and Massive Capital, what are some of the big picture tips that you give newer capital raisers about attracting investors for their deals?
Yeah, so you have to pass your passion for what you're doing on to them, right? Like again, I've created a personal mission to help 1,000 people reach financial independence through real estate investing. We just got a new lady in our program who has a special needs child, and we helped her create her vision statement to say, I want to help mothers with special needs children escape the 9 to 5 through real estate investing. So we work with everybody to craft your own, because if it's not your personal message, I'm sorry, you're just not going to attract people, right? If it's not, you're looking for an audience that kind of can relate to your message and connect with you. And if you don't make that genuine connection, you're not going to be successful at raising capital. I'm just sorry. It is a people
So
game.
what I'm hearing you say is you got to really dial in what your personal
Yeah.
why is, your story, and then find a quote, what's the word du jour for this is avatar,
Yes,
prospective investor that you're looking for that can resonate
that's
with that
correct.
story. Okay. So let's say we got the story dialed in. So in your case, it's uh, a lot about you waited too long to get into it, but eventually you did. And, unless you've got money working for you, you're going to be working for money till the day you drop dead. And then this lady, she can resonate with parents of special need kids because she's got one herself. So
Yes.
let's say somebody's kind of got an idea of what their story should be. The next question would be is, okay, how do you get the story out to your audience, to your
Yeah.
niche, to these other people that are similar to you?
And that is all providing valuable education through all of your social media platforms. So
Okay.
we
Yeah.
we talk a lot about it, right? We encourage everyone who's part of our program, you must do at least one personalized video every week. You must have a series of topics where you're talking about your what you're doing, why are you doing it, and then offering people to connect with you so that you can share what you're doing and hopefully help them. And so it's all about providing value, but attracting your audience to yourself through your messaging of wanting to be of service to them, right? Because at the end of the day, I look at it so much that I'm helping them achieve something that I waited way too long to achieve. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm so passionate about it. And
So
just don't
what's your call to action on those kind of videos? Is it like book a call
It's
to find out
connect with
more?
me, book a call, always book a call, always
Mm.
connect with me. It starts out for me, I connected where it depends where I am, mostly through LinkedIn or other sources. And then it connect with me. And then I say, hey, here's my message. Let's talk, see if there's some synergies. And there is sometimes, and there isn't some, and there is oddly enough, way down the road. It's quite
Okay.
interesting. I did a podcast and a guy said he'd been watching me for 2 years, but never connected with me. And I was like, well, man, I can't be that exciting that you waited that long. But it was interesting that he said, I saw you. And then I popped in on a few of because we do a webinar every Wednesday. So you got to think of that 52 educational webinars a year. We'll put a lot of energy
So you're talking
into
about you, or you're talking about the
Massive
company that you
Capital,
work for?
Massive
Yeah.
Capital, and I'm the host of it. And then one of the partners presents a topic. That's a lot of education going out there, and a
Yeah.
lot of audience. But
So it's
with
it's educational marketing, because I see a lot of people, let me know your thoughts on this, Trevor. I see a lot of people making a big mistake in my estimation when it comes to capital raising, and that is they got on the social medias, whatever their favorite flavors are, and they directly pitch for investors and they're soliciting investors directly via social media. And in my opinion, not that I'm a securities expert, but my understanding is that's crossing the line with the Securities Exchange Commission in the States, the Ontario Security Commission up here in Canada, if you're directly soliciting investors, unless you're already set up with offering memorandum or
Yeah,
exemptions
so
or
so again, all of our deals, all of our syndications we do at Massive Capital, we actually have a unique thing. We start as what's called the 506B, which means
Mm,
I can't post it anywhere on social media. I
yeah.
must have a relationship with you to talk. Then we switch our syndication offer to a 506C and we start marketing. But what we talk about, for example, I have a current one and I talk about, hey, you're getting near the end of the year, and in the US, bonus depreciation is a big thing for us to save on income tax. We've got a deal, it's got this, don't miss out because you've only got 1 quarter left in the year, to make sure that you have some in to help divert some taxes going forward. And
Yeah.
so it's mostly educational, but then it's like, hey, we do have a webinar, come and learn.
Mm,
And then I have a lot of folks say, well, I'm not accredited, and I say, come and learn anyways, because you're going to be, once I get done with you, once you start investing with me. So come and learn. You can't invest in it, that's okay. I want you to come and learn. And we try to tell more of the story than sort of the hard facts of the deal. It's a
yeah.
little bit different way of presenting.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Awesome, Trevor. If people want to connect with you and find out more about you and what you're up to, where can they go?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best. You just got to remember my first initial, K, Trevor Thompson. I love connecting with people and just reach out. And, I always say, listen, let's book a call. I'm not going to sell you anything on it. I'm just going to get to know you.
Sounds good. Well, hey, thank you very much for your insights.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.